What a game we have coming up here. A top 10 team perhaps walking right into a trap. As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into. Welcome everyone to Palo Alto, California, the farm and the home of the Stanford Cardinals. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Stanford ready to kick it away to start this game. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Nebraska Cornhuskers offense will go to work first. And Jesse, if there is an old war horse, a real war daddy in the training. Here he is, back to run the show again.
That's a great point, and there is no substitute for experience. There is a lot of expectation for this football team and for this offense because of that guy and because of all the big stages and all the big moments he's already played through in his career. A lot of people are really excited, David, because he has seen a lot of ball.
All the ball, all the defenses, has rid the emotion of being really high and really low, and so those experience, those scars, they matter. They trust in him, and everybody on this offense is looking to him.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. Nebraska's had a lot of guys to feed over the years. Mike, Rozier, Roger, Craig, I am hip. But you don't know who's going to get it with this running attack.
Yeah, but I do know this, Reese. Whoever gets it is going to run the football physical. And Nebraska is going to be very happy. Their fan base will be jacked if they establish the physical ground game, because that's who they are.
And the Huskers have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. On the run, it's Little. Across the 35. There he goes. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
And every team has their script, and they want to get the game off on this foot, and they want to make sure that they have balance and get these plays in and assert the line of scrimmage. Run the football, and they do. They create the explosive run, and they open this football game with a touchdown.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They already have the lead, and they're trying to build it here in the first quarter with an onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Cardinal offense will get its first chance now. And guys, defenses have been trying to figure out for years how to keep this guy from getting open, and they just can't seem to solve the riddle.
No, this guy has experience. He's been in the big moments, and it's so nice to have a guy that's been in your system, in your scheme. He knows the in and outs. You can move him all over the field. You can't place a premium high enough on a guy that knows the system inside and out.
You're right, and tell you, it was a great day for...
Grabs it at the 25 in stride. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. This offense just gets a bolt of energy when they get a play like that. Now they're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 20. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. Guys, let's talk just for a second about Stanford. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat, and the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused on it. I'm just worried about our team. But, David, let's be real.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And the big defensive tackle getting off the rock. Nice job seeing play action, understand his pass, beats the guard, gets to the quarterback, and gets the QB on the ground.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And they decide to trot out the kicker. The holder will kneel down at the 29, making it a 39-yard attempt. It is good. That'll bring him to within 4.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Dropping back, it's Morrison. Flushed out of the pocket. That's caught. It's Woodside. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. The quick out. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best corner.
Turning it on. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. All right, guys, let's take a minute to think about Nebraska. They lose in the semis last year. Any potential for a hangover this season?
I don't think so, and I think they obviously didn't finish last season the way they wanted to, but having the success they had, David, that opened the eyes to a lot of portal players around the country. They wanted to come here knowing they could build on that and take the next step.
And sometimes it takes those steps, Jesse. Like, you've got to crawl before you walk, and this team, they tasted it. They know what it feels like. They know what it's like to be in the playoffs, and they want more. And they get to take some anger out and some hard feelings out today to start this season.
Well, 3rd down, they tried to run the football thinking they could catch the defense off guard. They were able to get some yards, not the first, though. So now you've got 4th and very short, and what do the analytics say to do here, head coach?
Yeah, and I think those quarterback sneaks used to be for the big, strapping quarterbacks. But, man, nowadays, dude, all you got to do is fall forward, and it's such a hard play to stop. So you see this all across all levels of football, and it's just a difficult play to stop.
The give to the left side. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the 1st down.
He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. The Cornhuskers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. He breaks a tackle. And they're able to keep him from scoring as he's guided out of bounds at the 5.
I think a trait of a running back that you really look for is a guy that can bust tackles. Man, a guy that can make something out of nothing when it's not there. And just a really good job breaking the tackle, continuing to keep the play alive, and never quit.
So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. The Huskers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. With the run on 1st and goal. And they get nothing. The ball remains at the 2-yard line. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Rush is on him. Here he goes breaking the pocket. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to fight another play in the red zone. It'll be third down.
That is exactly what I would tell this quarterback to do. Throw that ball away. Don't force it. Don't create a turnover down here in the red zone. We still got a few more downs to go. Nice job by the QB with the decision-making.
He's going for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Nebraska!
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game one, and creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can... So many people are really excited about this offense this season.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. Miami is going to get out of Dodge with a win. It's a shave that might have been a little closer than Canes fans wanted, but a road victory feels great no matter what the final score is. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Back to pass. Dumps it off in the flats. They knock him down, but he gets enough to give Stanford a first down. New set of downs after the completion.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Stanford to the line on 3rd and long. Gets the back moving. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Lofts one deep down the right side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. No chance for any kind of return there. They were all over him as soon as he caught the foot. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Back to throw, it's Morrison. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's second down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Let's talk for just a minute about Nebraska. Everybody... This is a portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry-pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to go up top. It's complete on the right side. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. And the ball's out there after it. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one. The Cardinal increasing the degree of difficulty after that last play. It's second and long. Looking to fire. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run. Stanford comes to the line, and that first down marker is a long way away.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
And, you know, if you're the receiver there, you just want to know where the sticks are. Maybe extend your route a little bit more so that you know you get the first down after making the catch. 4th and short now. Let's see what they do.
Oh, he dropped it just... took it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Well, the defense was ready for that. Offense trying to toss it to get to the perimeter of the football field, but there were just too many defenders. Running back was able to make the first guy miss, couldn't make the second one, though, and it's a loss of yards.
Quickly complete. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. They go to the ground. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Morrison. Here's the pressure. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble but couldn't create anything there. They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. And the Huskers are rolling down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Woodside. Caught, and he's close to a 1st down on the nice pickup there.
Routes like that are great times to be quarterbacks. I got great, fast, speedy guys on the outside. Quick drag route, get the ball in his hands, let him do the rest.
They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. Grab near the marker, it's Bargava. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. The Cornhuskers come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, they'll try the middle. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
QBs and receivers on 3rd down, everything has to happen just a split second sooner. You're expecting pressure, the quarterback gets hit, just not on the same page with his target.
Yeah, and 4th and inches, you know what's coming. You know they're going to run the quarterback sneak, but it's one of the hardest plays in football to stop. You got to find a way to dive from the defensive line spot and stop the feet of the quarterback, and they couldn't do it. And listen, they only needed inches. That's what makes it so difficult to stop.
The Huskers will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Really nice job by the defense, understanding 1st and goal. What do most people do on 1st and goal? They're going to try to run the football in. The defense says, nah, bro, not in my house. Nice job getting in the backfield, getting the stop.
To the air, it's Morrison. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Huskers! The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Stanford has it back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Pressure coming. He makes a catch. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking downfield on first down. Quickly complete. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. Stanford quickly to the line. Just keeps slinging it. Hauls it in. Ball down, but he has enough to move the chains. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man in the middle. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Got his man in the middle. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to go up top on first down. It's complete. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Complete and looking for enough for the first down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. That'll trim the deficit to 15. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Florida sparkled today in a dominant road win. In fact, by the fourth quarter, it almost felt like this game was being played in the swamp. That's how much they took that crowd out of it. A collision between ranked teams always impacts the big picture, fellas, and it appears that's the case again today.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And the Huskers can really attack on this 2nd and short. They're going to run it. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. They'll immediately call timeout. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Back to throw, it's Morrison. Makes the catch. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He's got his man. They're now out across the 40, and he's out of bounds at the 42. The Cornhuskers come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Woodside. Crosses the 45, out of bounds at the 47-yard line, and a solid play there. The Huskers will have it 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. He is brought down and sacked. That that is not the offense's ideal way to finish up the half, but we'll head to the locker room. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. And the Huskers will line up to kick off and start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
The Cardinal come to the line with lots of work to do on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll off one deep down the left side. Pulls it in down the sideline. Hits the crease. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Stanford! Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. They'll try the outside to the left. Oh, he's got some space. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain for the offense.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going.
Lots of running room. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Big play offense, and it has them threatening now. 1st and 10 from the 25. They'll get him out of bounds and mark it at the 21.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
And defensively, you've got to know this guy, man. He's got some wheels to him. He'll get outside the pocket. You can't let him outside the cage. Those ends have to do a good job of keeping contained. When you lose it, this is what happens.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the second half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
The AT unit on the field. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. Slips a tackle, and he's got room. There he goes down the right side. Touchdown, Cardinal! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And he tacks on the extra point. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Dropping back, it's Morrison. Got his man. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Still on his feet at the 45. Running wide open down the gut of the field. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Nebraska! Boy, did he just scorch that defense for that score.
He shows you all of it, Reese. He's got the speed, he's got the agility. This dude's a big-time playmaker. You just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
And he's coming out of the end zone. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Gonna swing it on second down. Makes the grab down the left side. Finds a seam. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Stanford!
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not one, not two, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
And he tacked on the extra point. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Back to throw, it's Morrison. Quick completion on the out route. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. First down here for the offense. Out of the gun, the give to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground.
Breaks into the open. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
The Cornhuskers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
The play action fake. He's going to take off. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets them a first at the 29. The Huskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the ground with the back. Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He gets just inside the red zone and goes out of bounds at the 19.
The #1 key for this defense coming into this game was finding a way to stop this quarterback from running the football. And guys, they have not done a good job of that early in this game. He has been able to get out of the pocket, whether it's been designed runs or scrambles like on what we just saw. The defense has got to start changing it up. They need to spy him more, I think, moving forward.
And this D needs more of that, man. Like, this is a really close football game, and you got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
Going for the marker on the ground. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. And the Huskers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Right on the money. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Huskers. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy time and time again trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
Out of the end zone. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. D looks as if they're about to bring the heat. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. They'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
Well, I love the job by the coaching staff there defensively, matching the personnel of the offense, putting their dime package out on the field. So you bring out the extra defensive back, you're anticipating a pass, perfect timing to run that personnel, and you get the pick.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Looking to scramble. Headed to the end zone. And the strategy of just letting the quarterback run until he gets tired is not a winning one. Another explosive play and another first down. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he was able to pick up a few yards on the ground, and the clock has run out here in the third. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Using his feet. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. And if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it.
Touchdown, Cornhuskers! And the punishment has been extended.
And this kind of performance has to give this team so much confidence. Week 1, you go on the road into a hostile environment, and you put the beat down like this. This coaching staff is going to be happy on the ride home.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Stanford has it back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find...
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And how about the complimentary football? This defense getting another sack. They've already got an interception. Offense has played great. Both sides of the football together dominating this football game.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. He's got it along the sideline. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. It's complete to the left. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Offense gets set for second down. Wants to throw again. He's got him. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And offensively, I love running these drag routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man, they're so successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing and getting it to him in open space. Nice job. The wide receiver has some space after the catch, able to go make extra yards. Nice pitch and catch.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got it down the middle. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Guys, let's take a big picture view of Stanford. Unless there is a dramatic turn of events, this is not going to be a way to cool off that hot seat.
And they're going to have to be able to handle adversity and handle the outside noise moving forward, because losing this game in week 1, all the detractors, all the naysayers, that noise is going to get louder. That hot seat is getting even hotter. And I think all eyes are going to be on this program now, David, seeing how they turn the page and move on from this.
And I give you Exhibit A. Jesse Palmer just turned up the hot seat. All eyes are on them. They got to win. They got to do this. Starting off on the wrong foot. This is exactly what happens. It becomes a distraction. We're going to find out how good of a...
Touchdown, Cardinal! And they take it in for 6 more points. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding, pounding, pounding the strike zone.
Yeah, it just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. It's hard enough to stop these guys, let alone when they get field position like this. They scored last time, and this time they'll crank it up from inside the red zone.
Well, the offense has the lead, and we call this 4-minute offense. This is a situation that teams around the country practice, having the lead late in the game and needing to ice it by running the football and throwing high-percentage passes.
Couldn't really get started there. Pickup of 1 to the 35. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now facing a 3rd and long. Scanning the field, it's Morrison. Quarterback moving. Going to try to get it himself. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Cornhuskers will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. There he goes. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. The Huskers are on the move. The give to the left. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And the defense was locked in. You could tell they saw it. They reacted right away. Got the running back on the ground immediately.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Just a little more room, and maybe he gets it in. He's pushed out of bounds at the 8. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Sometimes you need a little luck off that right upright and through. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start.